Hey there, I'm Ken, this is CRT. Welcome to this episode, an episode where I have received some more stuff from another one of my very generous viewers. This package right here is what I got. It is full of projects that this viewer, Mr. Dave 6309, is working on, stuff I can build and try out. I'm looking forward to this. So thank you very, very much, Mr. Dave. And let's get right into seeing what he sent and start building some stuff. All right, well, let's take a look. First thing we have, of course, is a note. And the first part of the note is instructions for a joystick converter. Making a digital joystick will work on my Coco computer. And now we have a note from Mr. Dave. It says, "Hey Ken, hope you have fun with these projects. Mr. Dave 6309. I will. I definitely will. Okay, first off, we have a little black box. Oh, and it is an Atari cartridge holder, and it is full of all of the components I'm going to need. Then we have a Chinese New Year lucky envelope. Oh, and better than money, contains circuit boards. So we've got three different circuit boards here. So 2 copies of this one, 1 copy of this one. That's says Atari 8-bit on it. This is for the joystick converter. Excellent. And oh, here we have a color computer cartridge, which will be one of these. I would say that this one is probably the color computer cartridge. The red one. And in here we have, oh, he 3D printed me 2 battery case covers for my Blip game, where I looked at a bunch of the handheld stuff that I bought a little while ago. I'll put a link to that video up there. The Blip game did not come with a battery cover, and he had the specs for it, or he has one, so he measured it out and he 3D printed it for me. So we will check to see if that fits. The joystick converter plug, and the chips I need. All right, well, I guess first thing we'll do is check out that battery cover, and then we will start building some stuff. Here is my Blip game. Here is the battery covers that he 3D printed for me. Let's try them out. It fits pretty good. So there we go. Overhangs just slightly a little bit, but I'm not worried about that because it looks much, much better like that. All right. And here is the closer look at the circuit boards he sent me. So that one says Mr. Dave 6309 and Coco 123 ROM pack. And this one is the joystick converter. And this is for the Atari 8-bit line of computers. So, time to set up for building some stuff. So I'm going to be putting parts on both these boards at the same time. Then I will do the joystick adapter board afterwards. So the first part I'm going to put on is this little guy onto this board. And of course, before you go too far, you gotta double check that the little notch is in the right place. Now, to start soldering. There we go. I now have 2 cartridges assembled, one for my TRS-80 and one for my Atari 8-bit. So I guess, without further ado, we should hook up some computers and test these out. Okay, so let's try out the Atari cartridge. Got my Atari computer set up, my 8-bit. This is my XEGS system. So, let's get that fit in there. Power it on, and there we go. Satan's Hollow. Here we have the TRS-80 cartridge. So let's plug this in and try it out. Okay. That does not look right. Something is not working properly here. Okay. Well, I am going to have to take this apart and go over all my solder joints and just take a look at this and see if I can figure out what's wrong here. So I have been talking with Mr. Dave online, and it turns out that this is a fairly large cartridge. So it bank switches. It loads the first 16K, and then the 555 chip bank switches it to the second 16K. And probably because I have the really old 512K upgrade in that Coco 3, it is not doing the bank switching, right? So it's trying to load probably the second bank first, which is causing the problem. So I'm going to try it out in my TRS-80 Color Computer 2 here. So we'll Stick that in. There we go. It is working. We have Puyan. Now, I have never played this game on the TRS-80. I have played it on, I think, the Apple computer. Yes, I am going to enjoy playing this. There we go. I now have those two fully working cartridges, and that is awesome. In the next episode, I am going to build this little converter board here for the joystick for my TRS-80 computer. And on that note, when I was going through the packaging afterwards, I did find that there was also a cable in there. So he also sent this along for hooking up the plug for the TRS-80 up to the board. So again, a really big thank you to Mr. Dave 6309. And when I was talking to him, I discovered that Atari cartridge actually has 4 games on it. So in the next episode, I'm going to add a couple of switches to it to see if I can get all 4 of those games working. So I hope you join me for that, and I hope you enjoyed watching me put those cartridges together. If you did, you know what you can do with the liking, subscribing, commenting below if you want, because just remember, anything and everything you do is always greatly appreciated. But I am going to continue working on these projects, and I will see you next time.